All right, it's never too late to start a new hobby, right? Our next story features a local man who went from a very high-stress job to creating beautiful art.
He uses a technique you might not have heard of before. Here's Melissa Cole with his amazing story.
This is called the anchored octopus. This one took probably maybe 30 hours. Sometimes I just lose track.
Steve Cody of Wallingford made this piece of art by actually burning the wood. It's a relatively new hobby for this former corrections officer who retired after 20 years in 2018.
I was always drawing since I was a kid. And then towards the end of my career in corrections, I ended up discovering pyrography. I went to Harbor Freight and I saw an $8 wood burning pen. I brought it home, I started messing around with it, and I was hooked.
So what exactly is pyrography?
Writing with fire is the actual term for it. And it's funny how something that can destroy something with fire and heat could actually make beautiful artwork. So this one is for my customer in Mystic. So we wanted a mermaid coming up. I'm going to have an octopus coming over this way.
On a very high heat setting, Cody uses this small tool to char the wood and create the design. Notice he's not following a sketch. He has the idea in his head and freehands it.
There's times where I'll look up and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I've been doing this for 4 hours. For me, it's that enjoyable.
When friends and family saw his creations, demand spread and his hobby soon turned into a full-time business. Nautical scenes are some of Cody's favorites to create.
Now this was done on premium curly maple. So when I bought this slab, I saw all the grains and I knew it was gonna pop really nice. So this one is an actual coat rack.
If there's a piece of wood, he can make something out of it. Cutting boards, pet portraits, and look how he transforms these used barrels into tables.
So I get my barrels from Chamard Vineyards, Jonathan Edwards. My whiskey barrels I get from Litchfield Distillery. So this barrel table, when I first started making these, I was making the shorter ones. And then I think it was my sister, she said, can you make a taller one? So I was like, I don't know how it's gonna balance, but I experimented a little bit. I put the crossbars, and then I decided, you know what? I can start doing storage. So now I can do wine bottles with the wine barrel trees. I did a little shelf for the liquor bottles. This is actually a magnetic bottle cap catcher.
Oh, cool.
But then there's something about octopus. I think everybody loves octopus, but it's my absolute favorite thing to burn. When I first started wood burning, the first thing I ever made was an octopus for my son, and it looks like a third grader made it. But now, I mean, it's just hours and hours and hours of practice.
You'll find Cody at various shows across the Northeast selling his goods. That is, when he's not out in his shed, lost in the creative process.
I went from a very stressful work environment to something that I absolutely love. I'm passionate about it, and it's just a great way to make a living.
Now, Steve Cody,
incredible.
it's amazing. Steve Cody does custom work. You can check out his website for more information. It is codycustoms.com. Isn't that beautiful?
So cool. And I love how he just changed his whole life.
How it changed his whole life.
Yeah.